Chengappa, 287 seats would give the BJP some comfort that you're 15 more than the halfway mark. They'd aim for 300 plus, but 287 at this time shows that they're in pole position to form the next government.
Yes, commendable in many senses, given the fact that you would expect anti-incumbency to kick in by now, in the 9th year or the 10th year that they are in, and the fact that they continue to head towards a majority. I think that's, you were talking about a glass half full and glass half empty. That's a glass half full that you've got there. But I'd also like to bring the other point is that you're only 15 more than a majority. If majority is 272 seats, you've got 287 at the moment. That makes you a little vulnerable. The fact is, whatever the state calculations that Yashwant had said, if any of these go wrong, you could find yourself getting into a coalition government which you don't want to get into. That's one point. And if you take a look at the opposition, the fact that, yes, I agree with Yashwant, this is disparate parties come together, but both in terms of the vote share, you could say, well, they just mounted it up and came to 40%, just 1.6% there. And in terms of number of seats, 193 seats, compared to the UPA, which was some 54, I think, in 2019. And if you look at that increase that is there, you're seeing a challenge coming up. So you could say that, well, it's not a great challenge. All these guys will never get together. But the fact is that you have someone with 193 seats as a coalition challenging the BJP as compared to the UPA with just 54. So you could say that on one front, the Modi government is, really in pole position and going to win a historic victory, a hat-trick of victories that is there. But on the other front, given that there are issues of the economic issues that we discussed in the previous segments, they have still a lot to be worried about.
Ashok Malik, should the BJP look at these numbers with a sense of confidence, a belief that, you've come from 356 down to 352 down to 303 in total numbers. You've come down from 303 in 2019 to 287 as per this poll. Congress going up by 2022. Rahul Verma, do you believe that there is any reason for the BJP at all to be worried? Should they give a sense of complete confidence in your view to the BJP that, aayega to Modi hi, 2024 is a done deal?
So the kind of electioneering we have seen from BJP, Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, I don't think they take any election for granted. So yes, these numbers may give them a sense of relief, but they are going to fight 2024 as to even improve their 2019 performance. I'm not saying that it's easy for them to do, and they are definitely not going to sit back and say, oh, now we are in 280 range and we are comfortably winning this election. So, polls project one thing, but as Raj was also pointing out, that as BJP also knows that there is an opposition alliance building up, and it can basically take things away from them. They don't want to lose too many seats or too many states, because then it will become difficult to govern. Even if they are close to majority, cross to 50, BJP would actually like to touch their 2019 performance or improve it. I don't think they are going to sit back and relax.
Let's take a look at the people's perception about the performance of Prime Minister Modi. This is not about his government, this is about the individual. How do people assess the performance of Prime Minister Modi? 63% of the respondents in the survey say they are impressed with the performance of Prime Minister Modi. 22% say his performance has been poor. If you see, the last number was 72, before that was 66, 63. Poor was 21, 26, 16, 22. So it's roughly been in the same direction. Now, one way of looking at it is that it's come down from 72 to 63. The other way of looking at it is, here's a man who's been in power for 10 years. At the end of 10 years of Manmohan Singh being in power, people wanted him out. Even Congress voters, many of them switched because they didn't want that kind of a government to come back to power. 63% popularity speaking, after Rahul, 10 years of power.
I mean, we are working on our US tracker right now. And, even within the first term itself, what are the approval ratings of Mr. Biden? For that matter, any democratic leader elected anywhere, by the time the second term approaches, even Mr. Obama's ratings were really down by the end of the second term. So these are remarkable numbers. It's almost like a Teflon prime minister. nothing that is wrong that is happening is kind of affecting his numbers. There is a sense of trustworthiness. There is a sense of, I don't know how to say it in terms of how voters look at it. Probably they are looking at his efforts or whatsoever the way they look at it. But his numbers are not coming down. That they remain static.